What is going on, everyone? So this week's video is going to be relatively short. I am announcing the availability of my 2022 print portfolio, and it's an edition of 150. It's a collection of my best 10 images from this year, and some changes this year. So in past years, I did a box set just like this. So this is one from 2020. And I did these from 2017 all the way through 2021. But this year the presentation's a bit different. You'll see that it looks a bit similar, but you see some differences as you see it from the side there. So I am going with a folio design this year. And the main reason for this is to make it a little bit more streamlined. It's a little bit more environmentally friendly because it eliminates the use of plastic. It requires less packaging materials. And the plus side is that it also reduces the shipping costs. So as an example, shipping my box sets internationally is around $40 worth of postage. To ship these internationally, it's $26. So I pass that on to the consumer. So the price will actually be a little bit less this year as a result of that. But it has this really nice textured black. It's a really thick black paper folio with really nice crisp edges. And then inside that are going to be the prints. And also, as I mentioned, the reduced shipping costs and packaging. So they're going to be shipped in a little bit of a different setup. And these ones are going to have really good corner protection, so it should package it really well. But you can see how this is going to be a lot lighter and smaller than how I was shipping them before in actual boxes. So inside the portfolios, we'll have all the prints. Now I'll say that this cover sheet right here is from my 2020 portfolios. I haven't produced the cover sheets for the 2022s yet, but they're going to be the same general idea as this. A very highly textured paper. This is from Horne. This is the William Turner paper. It's just really fun to touch there. It'll have signature as well as the number of the edition. Behind that, there's going to be a vellum sheet. And again, this vellum sheet is from my 2022 or my 2020 series, but it'll look very similar to this, where it'll tell the story of the winter trip. It'll have the information about the pictures down there. And then as you peel that away, you get to the actual photos themselves. So the selection this year, I have selected 8 images thus far, and they span from my winter trip as well as my spring trip. And I'm leaving 2 spots open for images from my upcoming fall trip to Zion National Park. And if for some reason I don't come away with anything I'm happy with, I have some photos I'm quite happy with from my trip last year I can always put in there. But let's face it, going to Zion in the fall, there's going to be some good stuff that happens in. But this is one of the first of the photos. This is inside this really cool canyon that I found in Death Valley. And this is taken on Fuji Provia 100F. Some really fun cracked mud there. Also taken on Provia. Actually, all the photos thus far were taken on Provia. But this was a really fun scene to photograph. We have the dead desert holly bush here emerging from the coarse dark colored sand there. Some really interesting light as that last little glimpse of sunlight as the sun was setting on some dried mud amidst the sand dunes in Death Valley. And then a close-up detail shot of the dunes themselves. And you'll notice that so far, these are all small scene photos. And it was interesting because my trip to Death Valley this year, it was blue skies the entire time, which gave me a wonderful opportunity to explore canyons and look for some of the smaller details. This is a photo from my winter trip design. I didn't do any video on this trip, but I love the scene with this cottonwood tree, or this cottonwood leaf. It looks like a tree. A cottonwood leaf that is embedded within the ice in a really cool pattern, and then some velvet ash seeds around it. A detail photo of the frozen surface of the creek there. Just all these cool lines and textures. I just love the deep shades of blue there. and then the photo from my spring backpacking trip to the canyons of southern Utah. And so that's 8 photos. There'll be 2 more. The portfolios are already available for pre-order. At the time of recording this, I'm recording this on Friday, and yesterday I mailed out so on Thursday I mailed out an email to those of you on the newsletter. And so some of the portfolios have already been purchased, but there are still plenty that are available. And they'll be shipping in November, late November, after I return from my fall visit to Zion National Park. But it's a huge undertaking to make all of these, and I definitely very much appreciate the support, and really looking forward to how all this is going to come together, including the photos from the fall trip. And so I definitely appreciate the support with that. And if you aren't already listening to the podcast, you'll find that link down below. Cody, Schultz, and I we've recorded 15 episodes so far of the podcast. So give that a listen if you had a chance. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you around next time.